BPD versus covert narcissist. They can seem very similar, but fundamentally they're very different things. So I'm going to try to hit on some key differences, some core differences. PD is driven by deep abandonment anxiety, perpetual and persistent through life. A covert narcissist, or any narcissist really, is driven by shame, and shame being the public version of guilt, exposure, humiliation. Now, when they're injured, a BPD versus NPD, it's going to occur differently to each of them. BPD is injured or hurt. They're going to then internalize that anger, and at a certain boiling point, they're going to explode with BPD rage. There's going to be an episode, and it's not going to be rehearsed and put together the way that a covert narcissist does. The reason being is a covert narcissist doesn't internalize that anger, they externalize it right away in the form of passive-aggressive language, passive-aggressive behavior. So it's always going to be encrypted and encoded behind latent language, behind gaslighting, behind forms of psychological abuse like that. Now, the fundamental difference, if you think about that fork in the road in childhood where both were not allowed to individuate and so they couldn't form a self-concept, person, a sense of being, the covert narcissist, any narcissist, forms the pathological grandiose self-delusion. This is how they learn to regulate through life. It's a false self that they worship, and they need other people to worship too. And so to any narcissist, supply is simply the fuel for the generator that then projects that delusion. So when there is no supply, generator goes down and they're left in a similar spot to somebody with BPD, aka injury, mortification, or collapse. BPD doesn't have that delusion, that coping mechanism. So they require other people, external objects, to be their regulation, but specifically one, an intimate partner, somebody that will be their everything and mirror back a version of themselves through their eyes that makes them feel real and alive and like they exist. And if that person goes away for a few weeks, that starts to dissolve that self-concept and they panic. Opposed to a narcissist, or a covert narcissist specifically in this video, what they do is they basically have these firewalls of personality profiles and masks that they wear, and to them, they only have internal objects or introjects that go through life with them as mere representations of other people, so they regulate within the delusion internally with introjects.